block southbound, holla at me. What it do, people? It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live and direct better than any other can. I am your host, Junes, the original Jew, by blood, not by conversion. You know I'm out here splurging with that what? With that word. Round of applause for that. Yeah. So on today's episode of that Repent or Die podcast, you know I had to come to you with something real, something on my mind. We gotta talk about it, man. You know it's getting cold out here in New York, so it's very important that I touch on things that it seems like nobody wants to talk about. So what we gonna talk about is what we supposed to be talking about, and it's this COVID. Yes, COVID-19. Or should let me rephrase that. For censorship purposes, we're going to call it the Vladi Divac. So you guys know, for the last 2 years, the Vladi Divac been the headline of everything, of our everyday life, whether it's work, school, social life. Everything has been evolved around the Vladi Divac. And at first, it was so horrific that we had to follow procedures, social distance, stay clear, keep a mask on, sanitize, wash your hands, you understand? Then it went from that to upgrading to now what we have as the vaccine. If you wanted to take the shot, you can take it. It was voluntary. It wasn't a mandatory thing to do. And they did everything they could to allow you to take the Vladi Divac. They bribed you with money. They bribed you with tickets. They bribed you with gift cards. They bribed you with tickets to the basketball game, jerseys, Metro cards. They bribed you with everything. And when they seen that, people of color especially wasn't taking it or wasn't, complying, then out of nowhere was issued a mandate. Now the mandate was forced mainly upon people of color. You understand? We all know the theoretics that come behind that, the theater, okay? And then we was hit with the nonsense, okay? He came out one day, and I remember homie saying that, the government, and it wasn't him, it was the female, I forgot her name, they're all heathens to me. She came out and said, the government can't mandate nobody from taking the Vladi Divac. It's against the law. It's unconstitutional. It started off as that, and then out of nowhere, it just migrated to, you guys gotta take it. And if anybody is not doing this, then this is gonna happen. Here in New York, the former mayor, the Satan himself, made it to the point where children couldn't even play on basketball teams if they wasn't infested with the Vladi Divac. And then I started sitting back, and then I had to ask myself, say, wait, what is it about this Vladi that these heathens is so adamant of the people to take? What is it? And then I started digging, started gaining intel, started connecting with a lot of brothers and sisters off this social media. Shout out to all those that have been a part of this ROD, providing me with intel and giving me the information that I'm gonna post on my page. I'm gonna talk about on my podcast. I'm gonna put it up on YouTube. Wherever I got an outlet to voice my voice, I am going to let it loose, and I'm gonna keep my foot on their necks. That's a fact. But someone sent me a very, very, very important video, and I had to save it. I I posted it, and I was listening to my sister. She was talking, and she was just talking about the transhumanism. And then it just triggered. And I was like, yeah, see, that's what I need to talk about. And that's what we're going to bring up. So let me pull this up for you guys one time, for the one time. And hopefully you guys can hear it. Listen.
Supreme Court of the United States. I printed it off. I'll even give you the link. As a matter of fact, let me give you the link right now. www.supremecort.gov/opinions/12PDF/12-398 space underscore 1B7D period PDF. Let me read this to you in case you don't understand what the hell is going on with this stupid ass shot. In the U.S., the Supreme Court has ruled that vaccinated people worldwide are products, patented goods, according to U.S. law, no longer human. Through a modified DNA or RNA vaccination, the mRNA vaccination, the person ceases to be human and becomes the owner of the holder of the modified gen.
UKP.
So they cut it short. But I got the actual video saved on my phone. Maybe one day I'll play it. But I got the paper. I got the Congress paper. Yes, the Congress paper do exist. It is real. It is very, very real. In fact, let me pull it up and tell you so you guys can look it up yourself. It's www.supremecort.gov/opinions/112pdf/1B7d.pdf. You just type that into your computer, and all that is gonna pull up. When you Google, print it out, read it, highlight it, and you're going to see exactly what's behind this Vladi Divac. So, what's behind the Vladi Divac is simple. Okay? Then let me start off with America first. America is the only country that the people have as much power as the government. America is the only country that is probably left that allow people to have freedom of speech. They're taking it away piece by piece. You see the censorship and stuff that's going on. You can get flagged for saying certain things. They're taking it away piece by piece. But America is the only country that allow people, you understand me, to have the same amount of power as the government. Okay? America is the only country that allows civilians to bear arms. Regular civilians got the same artillery as the military. You understand me? Yes. And a lot of civilians are highly trained just like the military. Okay? So in order to have the world in complete control, you must first take down the supposed superpower, the last remaining superpower, or one of the most powerful superpowers, and you must bring it down to their knees. And that has to be done within it, because we are prepared and trained to combat any outside force. We're designed to do that. America is the most pridefulest country on the face of this earth. So we are designed to go against any foreign entity. That's what they tell you, right? Okay. So what the government had to do is, how do we take away their constitutional rights? How do we override the Constitution? So it started with the 9/11. 9/11 happened, and when 9/11 happened, it was to create the Patriot Act. The Patriot Act gets created. So what the Patriot Acts do, in a sign of a national emergency, the president or the government overrides the Constitution. Hence what you see going on right now. So when you see a lot of people who screaming out, oh, this is unconstitutional, what's going on, what's this, and you see that there's no justice that comes behind it, it's because when it's under an emergency act, all those constitutional rights and protections are override, right? So now when you under the emergency act, you are required to issue an emergency for a period of time. It's supposed to be for a year, and if things don't get better within that year, then you are able to extend it. Okay? So walk with me here. You create this narrative. You understand? Where we're gonna do these things, we're gonna have the Patriot Act, and now that's not enough. Because again, in order to implement this new world order, okay, you have to have everybody under one government, have everybody under one religion, have everybody under one dictatorship. Everybody. Doesn't matter. And the people that's gonna be left are the ones that's contribute or is an asset to these heathens, to the 1%ers, okay? And the third world countries, and also those that's in the hood that's perceived as third world country or third world population. What they must do, they must get rid of you guys, okay? So with the Vladi Divac, this nonsense was created, okay? Nonsense was created to do what? To create fear. To do what? To take away your constitutional rights. Because when you're not with the fufu and you don't have the Vladi Divac in you, you're protected by the Constitution. Meaning that if they try to do any foolishness, you could waiver your constitutional rights. You could stand on that, be like, nope, it's against the Constitution. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But when you don't have your constitutional rights and you do take the Vladi Divac, then what happens? You end up becoming a product of whoever owns the patent. Like the brother has says, you have become a transhuman. You're not labeled as a human. When the Constitution was written, it was written to protect all humans. It never said transhuman. So now that they got things in place where you are going to be a transhuman, because you're not understanding what's behind this Vladi Divac. And y'all could call me a conspiracy theorist, all this, all that. All I'm gonna tell you is do your studies, man. There's scientists, there's doctors, there's lawyers, there's nurses, there's everybody that's coming out saying exactly what I'm saying right now. Okay? I'm not a man to just talk. I stand on truth. Christ said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So everything that I stand on has to be truthful, has to be real. My apologies. It has to be real. It has to be raw. It has to be authentic. None of that fugazi stuff. Hold on. So again, you have to create something that's gonna take away your rights. So when you're labeled as a transhuman, you're no longer protected by the Constitution. You have become a product and I would say an ownership, because you ain't owning nothing. You're basically a product to whoever owns the patent, and that's what's taking place right now. That's what's overtaking our community. This is why it's being pushed on the people, mainly the Latinos, the colored Latinos, and Native Americans. Listen, I'll pull it up right now. I'll open my phone and show you where the governor of New York said, please, for you blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, we really want you guys to be in the front lines and take this fufu. Take the Vladi Divac. If I'm lying, I'm flying. But this is what's going on, y'all. Okay? And the reason why I really want to talk about this is because I got family and friends whose children has been contaminated. And when you're not protected by the Constitution, that you can no longer deny anything that the government issues to do. When I had to send in a letter of recommendation and tell them that I wasn't taking it, they asked me why. You know, one of the questions they asked was, well, have you ever taken a vaccine before? I said no. No flu shot, nothing. And if you had said yes, you would have been like, well, if you took that, then you got to take this. But what they're basically telling you is if you took that before, you was already part of the patent, and you cannot deny what these people is telling you to do. This is a fact. And this is what's going on. And then, what a lot of you guys don't understand behind this Vladi Divac, like I said, they want to get rid of some of the population. You understand? And my mother sent me something where this lady, see if I can find it, where this lady, something in her told her to go somewhere else and go try to take the test. And she said that she was right. When she came out, the lady said, I can't give you this. And sure enough, Shorty didn't get the shot. You understand? And it was and she wasn't trying to get it. She just wanted to see if these people was really out here trying to cause harm. And sure enough, that's exactly what it is, man. These Caucasians is not getting what we're getting, man. Okay? I want brothers and sisters to know these Caucasians aren't getting what we're getting. Okay? And it's all by design. It's all about depopulation. Our community to them is, is wasted time. It's time to have a better, newer, richer, healthier city. This is their viewpoint. We need to get rid of these people, bring in their people. You know what I'm saying? Especially those coming from Israel, flood them here in America, push us out to the Bronx like they said they was, because I got the news and the intel of them stating that. You understand? Bring them out there and then allow them to stay there while we're over here living our best lives. Okay? All of this is by design. And I'm saying this for a reason. The reason why I'm trying to tell brothers and sisters is you have control of the narrative. If you allow these heathens to play with your mind, they're going to destroy you. If you allow these heathens to play with your soul, they are going to destroy you. If you allow these people to continue feeding these lies and you suck it up, and no pushback and no question, they're going to destroy you. And guess what? They're going to destroy you. And they are destroying us. And they're doing a heck of a great job with it too. You understand? We have become so consumeristic where we don't even question anything. As long as our dopamine is being fed, we are happy as it can be. You understand? I'm gonna pull this. Let me pull this letter out. This is a letter that I received from my job, an email. Right? This is an email. I'm not gonna tell you my job, and I don't want to put nobody in trouble. Right? This is an email. I received this on November 18, 2021. This was a Thursday. It says, after getting better, this is the commentary. It says, after getting better, Vladi Divac, 19, takes a turn for the worse. Y'all remember that, this is me reading it. Y'all remember that I was a bit surprised that the return to in-person school didn't cause Vladi Divac transmission to increase in the city, and that because of that, I was optimistic that the transmission could continue to decrease through the winter. I'm disappointed to say that it appears transmission has started to increase again. The citywide 7-day transmission rate has gotten down to 68 per 1,000 on November 1st and is now up to 95 per 1,000. The 7-day test rate was 1.3% on November 1st and is now up to 1.75%. There is a similar and much worse trends in parts of Europe and the western United States. I think what we are seeing might be a preview of a seasonal trends that will occur each winter as Vladi Divac becomes endemic, like influenza virus. SARS-CoV-2 seems to survive better in colder weather. Also since SARS-CoV spreads much more easily indoors as people spend time together indoors as the weather gets colder. SARS-CoV-2 has more opportunities to spread. That's all I'm going to read. I'm only going to read that. So what they basically trying to tell you is that you guys that took the foo-foo and believe the science, you're going to get sick because your immune system is not going to be a strong immune system that God gave you, but it's going to be a contaminated immune system. And because of your chances of you getting sick, now that everything is back, everything is opening up, people's going back to work, people is in their cubicles, everybody's congested in one area, people is wearing these masks over their face, so now you can't even breathe properly because you are intaking carbon monoxide, which is, by the way, bad for your health. You understand? Now all of these things is taking place right now as we speak. This is a preparation for what you guys are going to witness. People that have been fully vaxxed, people that have been fully Vladi Divac, Vladiified, are the ones that's catching colds, coughing, sneezing, taking time off from work because they don't feel well. They scared to say, I don't know if I got this. People is afraid to go to the doctors. And I find this so crazy that now that once you get the once you get the Vladi Divac, you no longer prescribed to take weekly tests. Mind you, the people that's getting sick are those that took the Vladi Divac. But the people that's not taking the Vladi Divac, they subject to taking weekly tests, doing this, doing that, and we all know that these PCR nonsense doesn't work. We all know that. But this is the nonsense that we gotta go through as people, and it's gonna continuously be like this as long as we stay in compliance. Now people's gonna ask, so what do we do? Simple, just stop. We all should have a national don't go to work week. And my sister said something to me that was profound. She said, listen, we're gonna reach to the point where you're gonna have to make a conscious decision on, are you willing to be homeless and lose it all, then jeopardize your life and your well-being just for something that is proven not to be working. It started off with just taking one. Then you had to get another one. Now we here with a boost. Then we're going to take a booster. Now I'm finding out they're making pills. Then after the pills, I also seen a commercial where the guy said out his mouth, he said, listen, these shots right now are free. So what? Sooner or later, it's gonna cause bread. Who's gonna be able to afford that? especially if the people that can't afford to take it is dependent on Medicaid. And how about the Medicaid, or should I say the Johnson & Johnson or whatever, does not accept particular Medicaids, then what? You asked out. Because just like the insulin, and I tell people, when you go to these hospitals and they tell you got high sugar and you got diabetes or you pre-diabetic, and they try to put you on the pills. Once you become on the pill, you telling your body it no longer needs to make natural insulins. So guess what? Now your body becomes dependent on that pill, and because that pill is not organic and is synthetic, guess what it do? It helps one thing, but it also damages another. Why you think a lot of people that take these things end up having liver disease? Because you taking on these pills, you taking an obsessive amount of pills, and it's eating up your liver. And by the time you realize that your liver has given out, it's too late. These things dry up your blood vessels, where you see a lot of people have their legs amputated, their fingers amputated. These are from these medications, bro. And over again, I keep telling people, stop trusting the science, man. You need to trust God. You need to start opening the Bible and read, and let the Most High give you the information that you need to survive this chaos, bro. The Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving earth. You need to have an intel on how to survive. Everything comes with a manual. Guess what? Even life. When you don't read the manual, you may have things working perfectly, but what about long term? What happens when you no longer are athletic and your metabolism isn't as fast as it used to be, and it slows down? How do you operate? You can no longer eat the way that you was eating when you was 16, 17, 18. You can't eat like that, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to get sick and you're going to die. You're going to go to the doctor. You're going to have an irregular heartbeat. You're going to have shorter breath. You're going to go to the doctor. You're going to figure out what's going on, and they're going to tell you something. And because you're untrained, because you are following this European hedonistic diet, you're going to be so shook. You're going to fall for the nonsense that they tell you, and then you're going to end up becoming a lab test. And when you become this lab test, they're going to milk you until you die. And then when you die, you're going to be left with nothing to give to your children. You're going to be left with nothing to leave to your loved ones. You know why? Because you've been so focused and so bamboozled and focusing on how to be strong and fight this disease. The answer's in the book. Read. Moses said he made all herbs to heal all sickness. All herbs, they're all on this earth. Take full advantage. You know why our grandmothers lived to be 90 years old, 100? Because they had the tools. Only here in America, I started seeing the defile. I used to go to my man's crib. My man, he's a so-called African American. You're going to say it for layman's terms for those that's tuning in for the first time. And I go to his house, and what they eating? Macaroni and cheese, fried chicken, collard green. This is the Yankee food. This is what the slaves was given to eat. When you go into the island, a lot of times what they eat is soup. You know what I'm saying? Mixed greens, vegetables. It's only here you see a lot of starch. You don't see that in the islands. You know what I'm saying? We eating bananas, plantains. That's dinner. Not eating white rice. And when we make rice, it's rice and peas. You're making it with beans. We eating potatoes. Over here, we substitute that. We you know what I'm saying? We get barbecue chicken. And we think we eating healthy because we put aside the collard greens. Yeah, put some collard greens. I need my greens. Put a little dab of that. But you done put so much grease and bacteria in your body that little dab of greens can't do absolutely nothing. This is the time that we in. This Vladi Divac is all about destroying and controlling. We're gonna kill off a few. We're gonna control the rest. We're taking away the rights from these people who are no longer allowed to stand on the Constitution. It's happening right before our eyes. I'm being shadow banned on both my platforms because all I do is talk truth. I don't preach hate. I don't say F the white man. I don't say nothing about the homosexual. I don't say nothing. All I do is speak truth. All I say is the blacks, Latinos, Native Americans are the children of Israel, which also leads to my point right now. How you think all of this is taking place? You really, really think that it's a virus that's taking place? Think about that. Let's make it make sense. If there's really such a virus, then why aren't the children being affected? I'm talking about the babies, the ones with the weaker immune systems. They walk around with nothing, just fine. But here we are in complete submission. These masks is just you being in compliance and submission to the system. That's just what that means. Don't mean nothing. When they see you with that on, you're letting them know we got another one under control. That's what that means. So when you see me, I'm all outside. I'm in people's face, hugging everybody. I refuse to allow these heathens to dictate how I should operate and love my people. This is God's earth. God created the heavens and the earth. No Gentile, no heathen, no Dr. Fauci, no Bill Gates. None of these people did anything to make this beautiful world. Are you dumb? Are you dumb? Absolutely not. Never. Ever. So I would never be in compliance to the foolery. Ever. They could sell me $1 million. They could sell me $1 million in dreams and hopes I will never fall for. You know why? Because when you stand on nothing, you fall for anything. And I stand on truth. I stand on the Most High. I stand with Him. So anything that you selling me could never, ever end up in my pocket. Or I would never pay for it. Never. This is just how we do it. This is how the real men do it. Only suckers is followers. Only losers is followers. Real men, nah. We don't even move on that type of time. And especially with all this information that's going on. My body's made from God. I only got one of this. God made me. God made human. He don't even consider human. God made man and woman. God made me a man. I'm a man. He made me a man. He made the woman. He made a woman the woman. He made me a man. He made children. Y'all don't even know that transhumanism been going on for years. With all the fisherman directions, all the propaganda, feminizing the men. These are all this is transformer movement taking place right before your eyes. I'm gonna talk about that. But that's what's going on, man. I gotta wake up, man. Like for real. I gotta wake up. It's 2021. There's too much intel, too much information for y'all to be operating this dumb and slow. Understand that this is bigger than what you think it is. Understand that this is nothing to do with a so-called virus. This is about the control of your soul. Okay? To make you in complete submission to the system. This is what this is about. Okay? So you got to make that conscious decision. And for those that really took it, that, hey man, like I tell everybody, you better pray day and night. Because your time is ticking. The lady, the whistleblower that worked for the FDA that was working on these so-called Vladi Divac said they did trial errors on all animals, and none of them lived longer than 3 years. You do the math on that. You do the math on that. And not to mention that these animals was indoors. It wasn't exposed into this cold. Oh, when it gets cold, get prepared for this dark ass winter, man. Be prepared. Be prepared. I had to tell my son that, like, listen, ain't no basketball on the face of this earth is gonna be more important than this life that you have, bro. And if you ever think that I'm gonna be the parent to allow you to give yourself up to this system, you highly mistaken, bro. You was God's child, bro. God created you to be a warrior. God didn't create you to be playing basketball and go for a layup in hope, thinking that you're gonna make it to the NBA, knowing that the people that are making it to the NBA been chosen from young, bro. This is these NBAs are scripted. These things ain't for real. These things are scripted. They know who they gonna pick. Oh, I like that. These little children be having followings from junior high school. He was a junior high school standout, high school sensation, college standout, NBA superstar. These people are chosen, bro. Nothing is what you think it is. And if people gonna swing with you and tell you that in order for you to participate in something like in that negativity, in order for you to participate, you gotta take a fufu. You gotta take the Vladi. Are you dumb? In order for you to go outside to the store, to go into the club, to go into a party, to go into a restaurant, what I'm gonna need it to go into the library? Like make it make sense, bro. And it's not working. And all these heathens is doing it. They know what they're doing. All they're gonna do is just, like I said, they're gonna break the system from within. America is gonna collapse. And when it collapses, none of us is gonna be prepared. You know why? Because we're too consumeristic. We don't know how to camp. We don't know how to survive outside of electricity, a nice home with heat. We ain't gonna know how to survive. A lot of people see the things that's going on and still can't put two and two together. Praise the Most High, He opened my eyes to see, and I'm doing my due diligence now, not only in stacking up, but also providing intel and information to the people like I'm doing right now. Come on. This thing about to get written, bro. This Vladi Divac is not what you people think it is. You really think it's about a virus. It was never about a virus. The virus is the colored people. Are you dumb? The virus is the colored people. These niggas is waking up. Our hypnosis is not working. These so-called niggas is calling themselves the children of Israel. Oh no. The clock is ticking. When you read the book of Revelations, it tells you that the dragon is going to war with the children of the Most High, those that keep the commandments. Oh my jeez. How you going to keep the commandments? You know how? Is when you wake up and find out that you Israel. Oh sheesh. I got to keep these laws. Oh nah, I'm keeping the Sabbath. I ain't going to work no more. I ain't working on Saturdays. I ain't doing nothing on Saturday. I ain't gonna rob, I ain't gonna steal, I ain't gonna cheat, I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna be in my best behavior, y'all. Facts. Then what? COVID. Then out of nowhere, Divac shut down the country. This caused the propaganda, have these people shook, have them scared out their ass. Have them, oh my jeez, yo, this is real. Why would, if it wasn't real, then why would they lock down the country? Why is all these people dying? People is dying. I see it. I'm watching people die. I lost my homie. I lost my best friend. I lost. Your friend was just a sacrifice, homie. Your family member was just a sacrifice, dog. Don't let a sacrifice dictate the billions of people on this earth, bro. Even if 600,000 people die, that's still not enough. The percentage is not even enough to add up for the 7.5 billion. Even if 1 million people die, it's still not enough for the percentage to justify 7.5 billion. 1 million people dying, that's not even a 0.1, bro. Make it make sense. But you allow these people to play with your minds. You know why? Because the understanding of God is no longer there. Your understanding of God is what you want to believe. This is my belief. We got to kill that. Your belief is the reason why we're in these circumstances. God did not write the Bible for you to be like, well, this is my belief. The Most High say he's not the author of confusion. The Bible is as clear as day. Clear as day. Clear as day. The only time it's going to be confusing is when you want to justify your reasoning for your wickedness. That's when it becomes confusing. If you're reading it with complete subtlety and harmony and peace and love in a clear state of mind, it's going to make complete sense. But when you're reading it in complete reasoning to find justification for your actions and for your mistakes, you're going to always fall on this. Well, this is my belief. This is what I got out of it. And that's the problem. And that's the reason why we suffer. And that's the reason why we're in these situations that we're in. And that's the reason why they attack you. And that's the reason why your president can stand on a podium after lying to y'all, saying, vote for me, I'm doing it for black people. Can stand on a podium and say, all you niggas better be vaxxed by this time or you ain't getting no job. You ain't getting no pay. Facts. Now look at us. Scared. You know why you scared? Because you don't got no foundation in God. You don't put your trust in Him. You don't have faith to lose it all and jeopardize it all for the greater good, not just for humanity, but for your generation, for your bloodline, for your stock, for your children, for your future, for your creation. Come on. I'm gonna leave it as that, man. I'm gonna leave it as that. You know, support the movement. Repent or Die podcast. The merchandise is coming out. The website is on and active. The YouTube is popping. You understand? Sabbath talk every Saturday, 4 p.m. I'm out here. You know, Repent 12 news is every day. I try to have it every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. You know, we out here, we working, no excuses. Because these heathens ain't taking no days off to destroy the people. So I can't take no days off from informing the people. You get that? And I'm going to leave you with this quote right here. We're not here just trying to get right. We're trying to get like Christ. It's your brother, man. That's all.